Hello folks, and thank you for tuning in to the Mixed News Network Sports Edition. Today we are going to be talking about the San Diego Chargers and some events that took place during their Week 15 game against the Miami Dolphins. According to this report, star safety Eric Weddle was fined $10,000 by the team for watching his daughter partake in a halftime performance during their game against the Miami Dolphins in Week 15. Yes, folks, you heard that right. This man was fined $10,000 by his team for watching his daughter partake in the halftime festivities. Kevin Acee of the San Diego Union-Tribune reported Monday that the 30-year-old was furious. You're damn right. I would have been furious too. My team is a disaster. They're absolute trash. And now you have the audacity to fine me $10,000 for watching my daughter perform at a halftime show, which is something very special to me and my family? According to David Cantor at DEC Management, I'm assuming this is his team around him. By the way, the team fined at Weddle's beard last week for seeing his daughter perform at halftime, but we didn't disclose it because we were classy. You know what? I can really appreciate that, Eric Weddle. You've been a 9-year veteran that's only played on the Chargers. You are the captain and you are the quarterback of the secondary. And this treatment that they are showing you in San Diego is absolutely unacceptable, especially for a team who doesn't even know where they're going to be next year. This year was an absolute disaster for them, and this move just puts it even farther down the hole. And to try to start damage control, the Chargers released a statement from their head coach, Mike McCoy. He says, "Yes, we did. We have a policy here, and a situation took place 2 weeks ago at our stadium. So yes, we did fine him. It's an organizational call. We have a club policy here, and there are certain things we have to do at halftime to make adjustment and things like that. That's why we did that." Oh, really? You have to make adjustments at halftime? You didn't make very good adjustments throughout the first 14 weeks of the season. What makes him think that you're all of a sudden going to make proper adjustments this week? Not to mention, Mike McCoy, if I'm not mistaken, you are mostly an offensive coach. Prior to 2015 campaign, Weddle held out. He skipped the voluntary workout because he felt disrespected by the way the organization was handling his contract negotiations. Which, as you can see now, he was absolutely right, because they completely disrespected this man, took his money. Oh, and the story gets even better. Just wait, folks. In the light of his deteriorating relationship with the organization, I'm assuming the head coach and everybody else, and the Chargers have a 4-11 record and have the audacity to talk to one of the top 10 safeties in the NFL like this is exactly why their team is trash and they're going nowhere quick. According to Acee's report, Weddle didn't tell team officials he would remain on the field to watch the halftime show. It may have been his final home game, and now the memory has been soured with a deduction from his paycheck. It's really sad that guys can dedicate 9 years of their lives to a team, be quiet, be a great man on and off the field, not really have any issues. I remember watching him in college. Here is where the story gets better. Cantor said Weddle was placed on injured reserve and told he couldn't travel with the team for its last game against the Denver Broncos because the plane was too small. Yes, folks, Eric Weddle, one of the best safeties in the NFL, was placed on injured reserve by a team that is 4-11 and told he could not travel with the team for his last game in their uniform because the plane was too small. Unfucking believable. David Cantor, you can call me every name in the book. What the organization did and how we have been treated is beyond reproach. Thank you. That is an understatement. In response to Acee's story, Cantor also said that the declaration that Weddle's relationship with the Chargers is not fine is the understatement of the decade. Hell no, it's not fine. He's getting dragged under the bus. I'm sure somewhere down the line he's due a bonus for something, and they're probably keeping him from that. I have no proof of that, but I would just assume that there's some sort of incentive he may have. He may or may not have, or maybe this team is just trying to get him out of here as quick as possible. Now that he's been placed on IR against his wishes, he has no reason to stay around. The Chargers did not reward his 9 years of loyalty and constant production. Now, he was a very, very constant producer. In 2007, he played no games. Immediately that next year in 2008, he started 16 games, had 105 tackles, 127 total tackles, 1 sack, and 1 interception. In 2009, he had 82 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. In 2010, he had 80 tackles and 2 interceptions. Now, 2011, 88 tackles. Oh, I'm sorry. In 2010, he had 96 tackles and 2 interceptions. In 2011, he had 88 total tackles and 7 interceptions. 2012, 97 total tackles with 3 interceptions. 2013, 115 tackles with 2 interceptions. In 2014, 114 total tackles with 1 interception. Now, mind you, this man has never played less than 12 games in a season, dating all the way back to 2008. I just wanted to throw some statistics in there because I wanted to show that this is not just an average player. This is an elite secondary player. And I think the way that this terrible organization treated him for his loyalty, and then to fine him for watching his child perform at halftime, which could very well be his last time in that stadium, from which him and his family has spent 9 years in that city. Now, I know he's an NFL player and he does make a lot of money, but at the same time, they're still humans, and there is sentimental value to things. And I can only imagine how he must feel now, knowing that his last memory is being scolded for watching his own child perform, having his paycheck reduced, and then being placed on IR. Not to mention this season he had 77 total tackles with no interceptions with a half a sack. Thank you for listening. Please give me your comments. I would love to hear your opinion. Have a great evening.